sleeve here. Hunt. Sims does well to keep it alive. Play continues after the offload. Shoves it.
Alright, what's good homies, welcome back. We're back with some Rugby League Live 3 online, getting ready to take on Rocky U-Egg. As you can see, my opponent chose the Cowboys, and I decided to run off the Broncos. As we take a look at both lineups here, I went off the updated 2017 Broncos, and I believe he's the default Cowboys. First of all, thanks for the recent support on the vids, you guys have been killing it lately. Remember, if you want to see more Rugby League Live 3 online, be a pro, or career mode, smash that like button that indicates to me whether the series is worth keeping around or not. But yeah, anyway, before we get into the commentary, a hell of a lot has happened in the Rugby League world these past couple of days, and I want to briefly go over two subjects. First of all, we've got Ivan Cleary as head coach for the West Tigers. I'm happy for Cleary, I reckon he's a great coach and I'm glad that he's at the West Tigers, but he's kind of walking into a shit show, especially with the supposed Big Four undecided if they want to stay or not. Speaking of the quote-unquote Big Four, whoever named them that, they deserve to get shoulder charged into oblivion. It's more like the Big Two, Woodsy and Tedesco. Those other two halves, they haven't even proved their worth and the media's hyping them up so much lately, it's super annoying. And as I go on this little rant, we managed to draw blood first, and it was Tautau Monga with the first try. It was just a simple cut back towards the post, and just take a look at this guy's kicking technique. It was an interesting way to kick off. I don't know what his intentions were, but half the time it didn't work. But yeah, like I was saying about the Tigers, good move choosing Cleary, I think he'll do well. Alright, I was going to talk about Cooper Cronk announcing that this was his last year at Melbourne, but we'll get into the game here. I might make a separate video regarding league news, not exactly news, just my thoughts and opinions on certain topics. So basically more perspective videos as we get tackled here. One thing I noticed about this dude was that he liked the dive tackle. As we spread the ball, just throwing it around here, this is how not to play in wet weather. But we show the pass off Milford, one-on-one with Coote, and we're going to try and beat him on the outside as we sneak into the corner for our second try of the game. It was a pretty ugly try to be honest, but we get the 4 points as we take the shot a few meters in from the sideline and we extend it to 12. Back off the kickoff here from Rocky as he tries the same kick, this time it goes out on the full. So we're about 25 out, throwing the ball around, inside to Milford, back out to McCulloch with room to move, shows the pass and he gets rocked inside their 10, massive hit. Milford dummy half looking for a scoot and he's going to wrap us up immediately. Second tackle, wide to Roberts, back inside for Gillett and he's going to get pulled down by 2 inside the 10. Third tackle, we go to Milford, just takes on the line here, almost makes it over, but he's going to get held up. Fourth we go wide, Blair to Sims, Sims to Thide, and it's just decent defense so far. Fifth and last, we go wide to Oates, pops a chip over the top for McCulloch, regathers it but he's gonna run it dead. Quite frustrating, but we still have the lead. Heading into the break here, as we take a quick look at the halftime stats and it's just pure domination. I feel like we could have been up by a few more points, but we just couldn't execute on our plays. Back in the second here, with Rocky starting us off, he's going to throw it around and he's finally going to get wrapped up 40 meters out from their line. Fourth tackle and he's advanced quite well up the field as he goes to Hennon with room to move, way too much space between him and Boyd as he scores his first try of the game. As they send it up for the grounding, he's going to get the green lights, Thurston to kick and he just sneaks it into the left upright. Finally back with ball in hand here, in attacking scrum, 25 out. We send it wide to Monga, back under for Milford, shows the pass, gets around Coote, but he does well to recover, wraps us up from behind. Third tackle here, 5 out. Beautiful pass to Boyd, Boyd to Hunt, and we're going to get wrapped up, still about 8 meters out. Fourth tackle, we go wide to Blair, he puts it on the toe for Boyd, Boyd chasing it, he's going to dive onto it for our third try of the game. Nice little try between Blair and Boyd. As we get the green lights, Kahu to convert, and we push the lead back out to 12. Back inside the final quarter here, as we go to Milford, we pop a goose step as he dives right through. If you didn't know, the goose step is a counter for those dive tackles if someone's always cheesing those dive tackles. It was a great little run by Milford, he literally broke like 4 tackles. As he goes to Thurston, looks for the 40-20, a smart kick as he finds the line. Honestly, I should have been more aware of that. as he takes the tackle here, 5 out. He's going to throw it wide. We go for the interception, but he's going to get the try anyway. A crucial try by Morgan with a lot of time remaining. As he converts the kick, closes the gap to 6. So we're back at the kickoff here. I try and send it deep, and as you can see here, it goes about 15 meters as he gets wrapped up just inside their 40. So he sends it wide here on the first tackle to Leonard, and as you can see here, we get punished for rushing up off the line as he goes on this massive zigzaggy run. One-on-one off Boyd. I go low and he fends me off as he races away here, scores under the post with the kick to come by JT. He eventually converts it to tie the game up, locked at 18-all. Actually turns out to be a pretty decent game. Third tackle, a few minutes remaining. He goes to Thurston, throws a loose offload here as we dive on it there. Desperation from Josh Maguire. Final play, Milford goes wide to Hunt as we try and slot it on the striker full time, but it drifts away to the left and I don't think it had the legs to make it anyway. Scooped up by Coote here as we reel him in, and we're going to send it into overtime. And it's just like real life. Extra time off the Cowboys and Broncos. As he kicks off, this time he goes to the middle as Maguire gets wrapped up on our 40. First tackle, we go for a scoot with the Marshall, but we don't get anywhere. Hunt at dummy half, goes wide to Milford, short dummy, goes wide to Monga, gets around Damololo, then gets driven back by, I think that's Felt. Fourth tackle, wide to Milford once again, out to Monga, throws the dummy this time. As we cut back, head towards the corner post, and there's just way too much distance for him to cover as we score the match winner with Tau Monga. It was an epic match against Rocky UEG. He almost pulled off a massive comeback, but it wasn't to be. I will admit I was a little nervous heading into extra time, but we kept our composure and pulled out the W. Full time, 22 points to 18. As we take a look at the match stats here, 9 from 9 completions, no errors, no penalties conceded, and only 12 missed tackles. As for our opponent, 4 from 8, 6 errors, 2 penalties, and 56 missed tackles. That's going to wrap up game 6. Don't forget to smash that like button for more content. Thank you for tuning in, and later.